Hello everyone, it's Shalia. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a quick tutorial on multiplayer valley visits in Dreamlight Valley. We're also going to go over some pros and cons, and I'll share some cool tips. Let's go. When you first log into the game, if you purchase the expansion pack, A Rift in Time, you will meet Jafar in the plaza. Go ahead and go through all that dialogue, and then once you're done, go find Vanellope, and you must have her unlocked. So if you don't have her unlocked yet, go work on that, because Vanellope holds the key to unlocking multiplayer, which we all kind of assumed from her original dialogue when we were first introduced to her in the Dream Castle. So once you find Vanellope, you'll notice she has the quest symbol above her. Go ahead and talk to her for a bit, and she'll give you a contraption that she found in Scrooge's storeroom. And she really has no idea what it is, but tells you just to place it somewhere in your valley and just see what happens. I love her. And don't worry, if you're like me and forgot to place it down and then forgot what the heck it was supposed to do, you can always find Vanellope again and ask her, or check your quest in the menu. Once you have the contraption, which is actually the Valley Visit Station, you will find it in your furniture tab. Just place it wherever you want. And if you bought the expansion, you will have to go through this little menu here about moving a house to another village. I haven't played the expansion yet, so I can't really speak for this menu, but when I do play it, I will figure this part out about moving houses, and I'll probably do a tutorial on it. Now that we've placed our Valley Visit Station, a Valley Visits multiplayer guide will pop up to assist us in using the new multiplayer functionality. You can have 3 friends over at a time. You'll receive a visit code, and I'll go over this in a little more detail in a little bit because there's some important things to know about the new codes. And visiting lets you collect pixel shards to craft special items, drop items to trade, and shop at Scrooge's store. One thing to note about shopping at Scrooge's store is the host has to let you in. If the host doesn't go into the store, you don't go into the store either. But these are some things I'll go over later in this video. And once you've read over the short tutorials and acknowledged the crossplay disclosure, you are now ready to visit other valleys or host your friends at your valley. The first thing you'll want to do once you're all set up is interact with the Valley Visit Station. Interacting is the same as how you would interact with any other item like lights in your valley. Just click through the dialogue and you'll get the option to open a connection or back out. Every time you open a new connection, a new code will be generated. So a few cool things to note about the codes. If you log out of the game while the portal is open, your portal will close and a new code will be generated the next time you open the portal or connection. If you close the portal while still playing the game, the next time you open it, it will generate a new code. So as long as you don't shut the game down or close your portal, the code will remain the same for that entire length of time that you keep it open. And make sure you write your code down as well, because it will make it easier in the long run. And just a quick tip, make sure you save your game before you open up the connection, because once you open up the connection, you're no longer allowed to save, at least not to the cloud. You can save the game, but you cannot save to the cloud. So just want to throw that out there quick. To visit other valleys, you have to return to the title screen and select multiplayer. To leave the valley, the host has to either kick you out or go back to the title screen. It's the only way to do it. You can also block users, but you can only use the blocked users when they're actually at your valley. So when they're in your valley, you will have an option on your portal that will let you block that visitor. So if you had visitors over and you wanted them to leave and they won't, you can interact with the Valley Visit Station and you will have various choices to do so. Since I don't have anyone over right now, those options are not available to me, but it is very self-explanatory, easy to read, so you should have no problems understanding the options. So right here on this screen, I'd have more options than just this. You can practice with that whenever you have people over. It is a lot of fun. So let's close the connection so I can show you that a new code will generate, so you don't have to worry about people saving your code and visiting anytime they want. As long as you close down the connection or shut your game down, you will have no issues whatsoever. I did test this at least a half dozen times and it works flawlessly. And as you can see, when I reopened the connection, I got a new code. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, let's focus on the pros and cons and some tips to make your valley visit experience much better. Let's start with the pros. You can see the map view while visiting other valleys. This is a nice feature if you don't know where you are. I get disoriented when I visit other valleys because they are all decorated so differently. I just get confused. Maybe that's just me. How about you guys? Do you guys get confused as well if you've played this? You can shop at Scrooge's with permission from the host. I do appreciate that the DDV team incorporated this into multiplayer. And same with player houses. You can go in only when permission is granted. you can pick up any materials, flowers, vegetables, or fruits that are dropped or laying on the ground. You can also access your wardrobe while visiting other valleys, which I think this was actually a fun thing to throw in there. The code changes every time you close the portal or log out. I feel like this is a great security feature. You get to see other players' Dream Snap sets in person. I think that's fun. And there's a little tag over your heads so you can each easily find each other. You can also use Sprint to hover around if you are well fed. You get pixel shards to craft exclusive items. You can interact with lights, but I don't know why you'd want to. I did not test the crafting and cooking station yet, so if any of you have, let me know in the comments. And finally, it's just fun to hang out with friends, and you can get a lot of decorating ideas. All right, now we go to the cons, and there are a few of these. You can't have your companion with you while you're visiting or hosting, which is such a bum because we love to show off our companions, right? You can't go into furniture mode and trade items, although this was expected. Wells do not work during multiplayer. You have to walk everywhere. But if you're well fed, you can run or sprint. You can't interact with NPCs at others' valleys, which is a real bum because I would like to talk to them. The next one is a pro and a con. You need permission to shop at Scrooge's. I know some of you are going to say this is great. I say it's great, but I can understand how it could be a con to somebody because if you're going over to somebody's valley and there's no in-game chat, that's another con. So you can't really talk about what you want to do. Like say, I want to go into Scrooge's shop. You can't go in without them. So if they don't go in, you never get to go in and see what they have. You can't use any tools while visiting or hosting, which includes the in-game camera. I hope they fix this soon, but I do have a workaround and I'll go over that in the tips. You can't buy anything from Goofy's or Kristoff's stalls, which is a real bum. To visit other valleys or go back to your own valley, you have to go back to the title screen and choose multiplayer to visit valleys or click your game to go back into your valley. So each time you have to go through the long stinking load screen, which is kind of the same as Animal Crossing. I can't say it's not, and it doesn't take that long to do it. I just wish it were easier, that's all. Let's move on to the tips. Here are some that I recommend. First off, save your game just in case of a crash. Be well fed before you visit or host so you can run or sprint since the wells are closed. Empty your backpack and only take what you want to trade. That way, if you go shopping and you see something you want or they have fruits and vegetables and other materials that you want, you can grab those. If you want to just trade materials, fruits, veggies, or flowers, and you're concerned about visitors running amok in your valley, I have a great solution for you. You could section off an area or a whole biome around your valley visit station. This is where guests arrive in your valley, so you have to have access to this. You could use items like room dividers, fences, or anything large that will keep them confined into one area. If you choose to do this, do it before you open your connection because once you open that connection, furniture mode is no longer accessible, okay? Also make sure you're in the area that is blocked off because you need to be able to access the Valley Visit Station. And the reason I like this tip the best is because I think it would be really cute to set up like a little trader's market in this area. How cute would that be? I think it'd be great. And just make sure if you do decide to section off an area that you do it in a place where Scrooge's shop is located. It'd be really nice if you shared your shop as well as protect your valley's privacy. So if you're trying to figure out how to take a picture, this is the way I know how to do it on the PC. I'm going to show you that. First, you need to click on your snipping tool, and we're going to pull that over here so you can actually see it. Once you're in your snipping tool, yes, I did take a picture of me and Ashlyn, but once you're in this mode, you want to hit new, and then you can just take a picture however you want to do it. You just do that. That's it. And then you want to save it. Once you have it, you just save it. Now, I think you can do it a similar way on the Switch. It's not quite as easy, but I know you can do it because when my friend Owen and I were playing, he was able to take a picture of us. So I think that you can absolutely do it. I can't explain how, but I know you can. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, go ahead and click on that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I want to put a big shout out to a couple friends who really helped me figure this out. That would be Ashlyn on my Discord and Owen. Owen has a channel, by the way. I'll put a link in the description for you. Without them, I would not have been able to figure any of this stuff out. So thank you guys so much for helping me, and thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!